Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about Form 1099-S, proceeds from real estate transactions. Form 1099-S is used for tax reporting purposes to report proceeds from real estate transactions. It must be used whenever you make a real estate transaction in the tax year. This could include a land, permanent structures, apartments or condominiums, and more. The form needs to be used anytime the exchange of real estate takes place for a sale or an exchange. Because this is an internal revenue service tax form, it requires a lot of information. The filer will need to include their personal information such as full name and address. The address for the property involved in the transaction is also needed, as well as the gross amount of proceeds received from this real estate transaction. The 1099-S form should be submitted with the rest of the year's tax documents. The most common uses is to ensure that sellers are reporting the full amount of their capital gains on each year's income tax return. Any organization involved in the sale of real estate and certain royalty payments must use the Form 1099-S. Personal use. If you received a 1099-S because of the sale of your primary residence, then you should check the appropriate box on your Form 1099-S. The sale of your home will be reported on Form 1089-49 and Schedule D. Do not report the sale of your main home on your tax return unless your gain exceeds your exclusion amount. Next point, if you receive a 1099-S for the sale of a farm share of a vacation home, then the sale is a personal capital asset and is reported on Form 8949 and Schedule D. A gain on this type of sale is reportable income. If you incur a loss on the sale of, you cannot deduct the loss because it is a personal use property. If the property was inherited and considered a personal capital asset, the same rules apply. Investment use. If you receive your 1099-S for investment property or inherited property that is considered investment property, the sale is reportable on Schedule D. Business or rental use. If you received your 1099-S for sale of a business or rental property, this is reportable on IRS Form 4797 and Schedule D. So guys, be very careful. If you receive a Form 1099-S for the sale of your personal primary residence, then you should check the appropriate box on your Form 1099-S and the sale of your home will be reported on Form 8949 and Schedule D. But if you received for 1099-S for the sale of a business or rental property, then it is reportable on Form 4797 and Schedule D. So be very clear about it. Don't get confused. That's why I repeated these lines. Now, components of Form 1099-S. A 1099-S form contains the information about the filer's name, address, tax identification number, date of closing, line number 1, sales proceeds, line number 2, details of the property being transferred. Also that in the left side there is transferor's name, address, the address or the legal description of the transferred property. Transferor received or will receive property or services as part of the consideration if checked. If it is checked, then you have to provide that. If checked, transferor is foreign person, non-resident, aligned, foreign partnership or state or trust. Then you need to check here buyer's part of real estate taxes. This amount should be here on line number 6. Guys, one thing I need to discuss here, like you can see there are different copies of Form 1099-S. This rate copy is the for IRS use only, copy A. Copy B for transferors use, copy C for filers use. So these are the different copies which are available on IRS website. You can download these copies and fill as per your requirement. Now coming back to our discussion. So it has the form 1099 has some legal consideration from buyer's point of view and from seller's point of view. From buyer's point of view, if you are a buyer, you can include a clause in your purchase agreement that identifies that the seller as the responsible party for any IRS reporting that is required as a result of their receipt of fund related to the transaction. You can also ask the seller to complete the IRS form W9 as part of their closing package, which will include all the information that is needed to complete a 1099-S. If you fail to get a W9 or include a designation clause in the purchase agreement, you can get a letter of instruction and send it to seller with all the forms they will need to complete and submit it to the IRS. Now coming to seller's point of view, if you are a seller, then you file your own 1099-S because you have all the necessary information to file one tax return. In some cases, a closing may go through the title company, escrow company, or closing attorney, who will have the responsibility to file 1099-S. A seller will also have to complete one 1096 transmitted form with all your information. So basically, when do you file 1099-S? The fiscal year 1099-S form must be mailed to the recipient by February 15th, and it should be filed with the IRS by 2nd of April. So guys, remember this point. This is a very important point, that the form must be mailed to the recipient by February 15th and it should be filed with the IRS by 2nd of April. Now, whatever I have discussed, that if the form or 1099 you have received for sale of personal property or sale of vacation home, then you need to report those sale proceeds in the form 1089, 49 and Schedule D. But if the sale is related to business or rental property, then you need to report it on form 47, 97 and Schedule D. So guys, be very clear about this. I am repeating again and again because people sometimes get confused where to report the form 1099-S. So whenever you receive the form 1099-S, please go through each and every details, the purchase, the agreement, the property details, whether it was a business or rental property or whether it was a residential property. Please guys go through it. Now we will discuss it in our software Drake so that you will have a better idea. So you can see this is the general window of Drake. Now I am typing 1099-S. You can see a pop-up has appeared. Now 1099-S. Guys, you can see different forms like 89, 49, 47, 97, 40 of these do. So guys, we will go one by one and and we'll discuss in details. Now form 89, 49 sales and other disposal of capital asset. As I have discussed earlier, that if you receive 1099-S for the sale of personal primary property or sale of vacation home or any inherent property, personal capital assets, then you have to report the property details like to whom the property belonged, description of the property, whether it was a residential property or rental property or a vacation home. You have to provide the details of the property. Now, applicable to part basis reported to IRS, basis not reported to IRS, transaction not reported to IRS. You have to fill this part as well. Now, date of acquisition, type of gain or loss, short term or long term, proceeds from sale or stock, bonds or capital assets, accrued market discount, adjustments. So guys, it can be from wash sales. I mean, if you are selling any so you can see if you are selling any stock or share, then there is a possibility of non-deductible loss from wash sale if not reported to box 1G. And also the federal tax income withheld if it is related to 1202 gain. You have to pay. If the state name is mentioned, said tax withheld, everything whatever you get the information, you have to report here. Also for additional information purpose as well. So please have a look. Data entered on this screen is being used to produce a copy of Form 1099B for the states that require the source document for e-file purposes. No data entered on this screen is carried to federal form. So guys, always remember, whatever additional information you provide here, it will move to state move to the particular state, not in the federal tax return. But whatever you report here in 8949 in the general section, then it will flow to the federal part as well. Now coming to 4797, this is basically for sale of business property and voluntary conversion. What I have just discussed, that if it is a business, it is for business property or any rental property, then you can see the 1099 transaction detail, the description of the property, date of acquisition, date of sale, gross sales price, cost of the or other basis expenses of sale, depreciation, inventory value, conversion, abandoned. So whatever you receive or what you have the information, please report here. Gross sales proceeds, market value of this asset. So guys, be very careful when you report this 1099S. Property type, here you need to report from what type of property it is related to. Every information you have to report here, then it will flow to form 4797 and 8949. Now coming to 4562, no, this is for depreciation purpose. So you can see that the description, date of acquisition, cost, percentage of business use, listed property type, book value, state, federal life of the property, the method we have used, whether it is straight line method or WDV method, makers, seekers. Guys have to be very careful. I am repeating this again and again just because it is a very important form and you need to be very careful. So guys, I am just quickly repeating what I have already discussed, that 1099S is used for tax reporting purpose to report proceeds from the real estate transaction. It must be used whenever you make a real estate transaction in a tax year. These include land, permanent structure, condominium, apartments, and more. The form needs to be used at any time the exchange of real estate takes place for a sale or exchange, because this is an Internal Revenue Service tax form. It requires a lot of information. The filer will need to include this personal information, address, the address of the property involved in the transaction is also needed, as well as the gross amount of proceeds received from real estate transaction. This 1099S form should be submitted with the rest of the year's tax documents. So guys, hope you have understood. Goodbye.